What's up, guys? I got out of work a little bit early tonight, so I thought I'd do a video addressing my thoughts on the whole Xbox One debacle. As most of you probably know, I've been a big Xbox fan for a long time. In the original Xbox era, I was the guy that was always trying to sell all my friends an Xbox. They were all in the PS2 or whatever. And I got so many of my friends to buy Xboxes because it was so awesome, and I played the hell out of that system. Xbox 360 came around. It was the first system I got of the generation, and the system that I love the most from the whole generation, and I've invested tons of money into it. So naturally, I'm really excited for the Xbox One. So it was my birthday. It was the day the Xbox One was to be announced, and as my last video, it was quite a letdown. But it wasn't until after the press conference, and just recently, like yesterday, where more things about the whole Xbox permission system comes into play. Now, a lot of these things that are going to be happening probably won't affect me, but the fact that these assholes have the audacity to control things that they should not be able to control. I mean, the game companies and publishers and system makers and whatever have been trying to stop used games, piracy, and all kinds of other stuff like that for a long time now. And, you know, even with this retarded system that they have with the Xbox One, somebody's gonna find a way to mod the thing. They're gonna be able to play their games the way they want to play their games. It's the consumer, the paying consumer, that is really gonna hurt from this stuff. Now, I think some of these things are pretty stupid. Like, you can't trade games unless the publishers say you can, and you trade them at a store that accepts them, that it's like partnered with Microsoft or whatever. And I think that's pretty low. I mean, I like going to a used game store. I have a store local to me called Game Craze, and they have all range of systems. They have NES, Super NES, Genesis, freaking Atari Jaguar, Xbox One, PS2, 360, you know, all the stuff. They have everything. And I like going in there, being able to look at some old games, pick up an NES game, like, oh, that's really cool. They have this game, pay $10 or whatever it is for it. So one thing I want to say before I continue, I'm a little bit under the weather. I got a cough drop in my mouth, and it's probably not going to help that much, so I got a cough, and I'm going to try to edit these coughs out, so here we go. Yeah, I like going to these stores, and I like being able to just look through old games, pick something up, looks kind of cool, or, you know, hey, you have friends over or something, and hey man, can I borrow your game? You know, I'll let you borrow my game. Cool. You can't even do that on the Xbox One. So if you want to let your friend have your game, you have to literally let them have your game. Because on Xbox One, you can't just let a friend borrow a game. You have to give them your game. And then once they have it, they can't get it back. It can only be done once. And then, as far as other things, you can share your library of games with up to 10 family members, and any one can use that at any time. So you're starting to notice a trend why it's called the Xbox One. One family member at a time could play your games. One person you could trade your games to one person. The discs that you buy in the store are good for one thing installing. I mean, it's pretty stupid. All the shit that they're doing with the Xbox One, not only is the name stupid, because it's always going to confuse that between that and the original Xbox. I shouldn't have to say original Xbox. Just like when you say PlayStation 1, you know it's the first PlayStation. What if they named the PS4 PlayStation 1? That would be like stupid. Basically, I'm not supporting any kind of company that is going to do this kind of business decisions. They're going to screw up game markets. You're not going to be able to trade games to your friends. You're not going to be able to trade games at the store unless you're allowed to. you can't even play the system offline. Like, what if you want to go on a road trip somewhere? You're in an RV, traveling across the country. You don't have internet connection. You can't play games. You can't play video games. I mean, that's gonna screw up. Like, parents are gonna buy their kids the Xbox One, and their kids are gonna get into this situation where they're not gonna be able to play games, or if they want to go, they're gonna go over to Grandma's house for the weekend. Grandma doesn't know how to use the computer, or she doesn't care, or whatever. She doesn't have internet. Oh, Timmy, bring your Xbox over to your grandma's house. You have something to do this weekend. Oh, the kid's sitting there looking at his freaking Xbox with a thing on the screen saying, "Fuck you, you're not online," you know? What the hell? So bottom line is, I'm not going to be buying the Xbox One. Fuck the Xbox One. Fuck Microsoft. Fuck EA. I don't want anything to do with these companies that are trying to destroy gaming. And honestly, if as many things as I hear people talking about the Xbox One, if that carries over to the grand audience of everybody, like their opinions of what this shit is, Xbox One's gonna flop. And if the Xbox One flops, the gaming industry might flop as well. I don't know, man. It's just, it's a bad time to be into the industry, you know? I mean, it's making my purchase of the Wii U just look better and better. When I bought it, I kind of bought it against everything. Like, you know, fuck it. There's not a lot of games for it. People say it's, once the Xbox gets revealed, it's done. But I'm like, you know what? I love Nintendo. I love Nintendo games. I buy every Nintendo system that's ever come out. I'll give it a shot. And Nintendo, you know, they may be struggling with their own stuff. They may be in trouble too, but you know, I love Nintendo for what they're actually trying to do. And they're actually giving us a system that is focused on games. And anything else built in the system feels like an extra feature. It's not like the main focus of the system. Like before the Wii U came out, nobody really even knew about the extra stuff, like YouTube and all that stuff. Some of that stuff didn't even come out till after launch, because Nintendo was just focused on getting their controller to work, getting that to be the focus of their game console, getting some games out there. Nintendo may be slow going on the first party games right now, but you know what? Once they start get going, there's going to be some good stuff. You're going to get your Zeldas and your Marios and your Metroids and all that stuff. And then you're going to get some unique titles. And you know what? I'm going to support Nintendo this generation. Last generation, they kind of went a different route. I'm okay with Nintendo going that way for once, because they helped evolve the gaming industry a little bit. The motion stuff was a big hit. I wasn't a fan of it. But, you know, I appreciate Nintendo for doing something focused on evolving the gameplay. Now, the Wii, you know, that system, whatever. But the Wii U is, honestly, it's not as powerful as the other systems coming out, but it's actually a system for the hardcore gamer. Because the whole control, the gamepad, that's not really marketed towards casuals. You know, it's all different cool shit you can do on there. It's kind of like the 3DS. 3DS is a hardcore gaming system, in my opinion. You know, the touchscreen on the regular DS, some of those games were gimmicky and it kind of had that Wii thing. The 3DS, you know, it's Nintendo's doing great things with their consoles. So that's that. Nintendo's cool. I don't know what Sony's doing. I can almost bet you Sony's going to be doing the same stuff as Microsoft. They're going to do it to a lesser extent, probably. Or who knows? Sony could be doing. They could be going even worse. It's really, it's like the gaming industry is not the same anymore. It used to be about fun, making cool games, getting around with friends, being like, yo, dude, check this out, this game's cool. Now it's like about fucking financial, like, you gotta like be a genius to figure this shit out now. I mean, you got a whole freaking web page just like detailing how you can not play your games, rather than, you know, we should all be talking, a good system, we should all be sitting here talking about, yeah, man, look at this system, look at those games coming out for it, you know, look at the stuff it does to make games different than we've ever seen before. Look at the stuff that's happening that we've never seen before. Now we're just sitting around talking about how restricting we are, how we're losing our rights as gamers. And you know what? That's not a sign of a good system, and I really hope that people speak with their dollar and boycott this thing. I mean, I'm done with Microsoft at this point. Unless Microsoft sees all this bad feedback, and before launch they say, okay, look at, we took this stuff out, we're not going to do it anymore. You could just play your games like any other system, and whatever, we're good. You know, I'll buy an Xbox One if they remove all this DRM stuff. If I can buy a game, stick it in the system, it plays, not online forced, none of that bullshit. I could even get over no backwards compatibility. That sucks, but I can even get over that. But I'm not going to eat shit. No company is going to make me eat shit. Fuck that. Fuck it. I'm done. Xbox, to the point where I honestly, I just want to get rid of the 360 almost. You know? I won't, just because the 360 was an amazing system. But just because Microsoft pissed me off that much, I almost just want to say, fuck everything Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just disgusted. So let me know what you guys think. I know everybody thinks the same. If anybody's defending this shit, you can go eat a fucking barrel of dicks. Alright? So, that concludes my rant. I hope you guys let me know what you think. Peace.